under surveillance anyway. Let's take a look at this rat poison, this war zone. Guy advertised it. He said rat poison. What's the difference between the rat poison and the other one? 1 month, $499 for the rat poison. I don't get, what is the rat poison? Why the hell would you need the rat poison? $379, or sorry, $37 for that one. Or this one is 400. It comes with the actual rats that'll poison. I don't know what the hell it is. Ring 3 root kit, 86 and 64 shell code, uh, architecture injection, custom, something the other. I don't know. Shell code injection. It isn't the architecture, it's the shell code. Let's learn about shell code injection, I guess. Isn't 86 in the other one an architecture of some kind of shell code? I'm not sure. In hacking, a shell code is a small piece of code used as the payload in the exploitation of a software vulnerability. It is called shell code because it typically starts a command shell from which the attacker can control the compromised machine. But any piece of code that performs a similar task can be called shell code. Oh, I see. Similar to a PHP shell code. Oh, I see. It's code that creates a shell within the operating system for connection. Control. Because the function of a payload is not limited to merely spawning a shell, some have suggested that the name shellcode is insufficient. Well, they said, Thomas, since you learned this in the United States, actually, I was a dual citizen. We paid $15,000 to be dual citizens down there. So that's funny because I've already said that I'm a dual citizen. No, I am still a dual citizen. I wanted to come back to Canada. He might have accidentally said something stupid because he was underage. He didn't understand that when I was 14, that proclaiming a certain word or something accidentally one fucking time, even one time, they want to keep, they've gone on about it too many times, and that's why they lost 12 people in Afghanistan. Praise the Lord. I mean, you just want to keep going on about the same exact thing that was like 15 years ago. It didn't matter. It's irrelevant. Like, shut the fuck up. They got a silent doc exploit. They got a silent Excel exploit. They got an XLL exploit. I don't own any of them. Cryptor. 99 USD for a cryptor. I can't afford Warzone this month. I may be able to afford this one, but to get it set up and all that. I may be able to afford the rat, but I can't afford the poison. It's got extra features, bank loans. What are bank loans? That's something people have wanted for a long time. There was supposedly this private rat or software. They didn't even call it a rat. They were calling it like a They were calling it like this private software that only the specialist people had. It was called Zeus. I never got it. You had to be able to be a programmer. You had to download the files or whatever and all that. And then you had to be able to compile it. And they said it was Russian. And it was a piece of software for the use of hacking bank accounts. We'll keep it on that. It was notorious. It was the one everybody wanted when they had heard about this technology and thought they were going to get into it. They said, "Oh no, no, no! You won't get Zeus. It's only for the most powerful men." That's the strategy to do it. But there's many different strategies. Some people you can just control the screen and do it right there. Some people, it's got a 60 FPS HVNC. This is a new one everybody wanted. Actually, it came about, when was it? 2012 HVNC hit, where you could pay lots of money and you could have the HVNC exploit where you could control hidden control. Oh, it's a VNC, which was sort of like that Hamachi. Log me in Hamachi. You used to have to connect to Hamachi. Still do. When I used to play this game, World of Warcraft, and their private servers, you would have to connect to Hamachi. I can't believe I went through all this. And you would be able to connect to these specialized networks that were upon the Hamachi. It's sort of this weird VPN network, VNC network thingy that you can only connect to each other if you're upon Hamachi. I don't understand why they did that. Maybe you could tell me, why did they require private servers to have to run upon Hamachi? Was it to make it a much harder experience other than retail where you pay the money? You don't have to download Hamachi, go through all these hoops. You just get a nice seamless experience. But hey, we're not going to sue you to death or nothing like that if you're a private server, because we have freedom opinion, but you're required to use Hamachi to, or else then you would face repercussion. And that's what I think Hamachi is for that specific. But there's all different ways that people use this Hamachi. Look at this. For $49 a year, you can have 6 to 32 computers, connected to that Hamachi. So now I can see a use. You're somebody that's got a computer lab. You're somebody that, well, you're the school system. You could have 32 computers on the network all running on a VPN simultaneously. So, a virtual private network? Yeah, I'm the same guy from the American schools, Canadian schools as well. But listen, VPN, virtual private network. No. What are you ruining my video again for again? Because what are you talking about? You're annoying. Virtual private network. You're able to connect to that. Usually, you have to do it one by one by one, right? Like if I open my Proton VPN, I have to individually connect to the VPN, right? Quick connect. But if you got 32 computers, nobody wants to go to each computer and quick connect. You can do that automatically with that Hamachi and connect to VPN on 299 machines, 500 machines, etc. Ones that are doing bit mining, I bet you the Hamachi will come to power. What's that? For the rat? What kind of discounts on the poison? I'm sort of scared to install this on my one PC, even as the tool, because then it will give them access to my network where my other PC is with my bank and all that. Well, I guess I'm going to have to download a VMware, virtual machine. I've been dealing with virtual machines for years. My computer would still be in his brown box if it wasn't for me. He would still be in his brown box. He wouldn't even have a life. VMware, it's kind of expensive, but it is worth it. If I had this VMware, I could run this software and I wouldn't have to worry about getting hacked at all. It has a way of, well, it has a network tunnel or something like that. That tunnels, well, I don't know. I think even if you have VMware, they could tunnel through your network and worm your router and worm your modem, and then you could get your other stuff infected, and then your main PC, and then you're done. They get your bank account on. If you don't have two-factor authentication, it doesn't matter if you got hacked. It doesn't matter if somebody has this most expensive software, they got it on your PC, they infected you. If you got this multi-factor authentication on your bank, when they do get in, it's going to give you a code at your phone. Unless they have your phone, they will not be able to get in, and your money is secure. But if you don't have this two-factor and they infect you, if you don't have this two-factor and they infect you, then your money could be at risk or whatever. And all that. So I highly recommend doing that two-factor authentication. Because even if you were infected by a virus or one of these ransomwares, they still won't be able to get into your actual money. They'll need that two-step verification. That was a great invention they did maybe 15 or so